Ikalal Wahawadla Yahweh Shem Yoshai Shem Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Gms.S.O.T.E. I rule and teach well, peace and salutations to the brothers on the four corners of this earth, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. And Brother Manat is asking Shalom. It's a quick impromptu. A brother just posted this in a group chat that I'm in. Right? I looked at it like twice just now, just to grasp what he's saying. So you could just, play the video here for you guys and get some precepts to correlate what's really going on, at least scripturally or prophetically rather. All right?
Greenland matters to American national security because our entire missile defense relies on security in the Arctic. This is something the media who's obsessed with Greenland, they completely forget why Greenland matters. What if, God forbid, I'm not saying it's going to happen anytime soon, but what if a foreign country launched a missile at the United States of America? We would need control over the Arctic in order to shoot that missile down. Our entire missile defense system depends on that Arctic security. Meanwhile, the Chinese and the Russians and even the Danes who control Greenland admit that they want to control that facility. They want to control that island, that landmass. That would make us weaker. That would make our country more endangered. That would mean that if the president is negotiating with a foreign leader, he would have less leverage because they would be able to realistically threaten the sovereignty and the territorial safety of the United States of America. We're not going to let that happen. The negotiations with NATO are going fine. I believe, having seen this for the past year, that when the president sets his mind to accomplish something in negotiation, he accomplishes it.
All right, so basically what they're saying is that we're just trying to secure we footing, or so nobody can backdoor us, as the Bayerns would say nowadays. All right, that's the gist of what he's saying. Greenland is just a military base that we need to secure the well-being of the United States, and the talks with NATO are going fine. Yeah, we know. That's why Greenland it tell its citizens to what, prepare for invasion. Isaiah 30. Well, I'm gonna go 31. I'm gonna go 31. I'll go 31. 31, I'll jump straight to the point. Alright. Nah, matter of fact, I'll start from the top. Isaiah 31 and 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. Yet he also is wise, and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not power, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is holpen shall fall down, and they shall all fall together. And that is just it. Because if the people behind them paying damn good attention, right? The people behind them in the video, the Edomites especially, they as the scripture say, the tongue stuck to the mouth of stuck to the roof of the mouth. Right? They are none to say, they can't say nothing. You know what I mean? They're looking like they damn well believe what the man's saying. Right, I believe that's Marco Rubio, the Minister of Defense or Secretary of Defense, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's because I'm mad. Alright. So yeah, that is what they're saying. It's just a military thing, and he talks with NATO going fine. But NATO pulling out, NATO, Denmark watching them closely. Denmark on edge, Greenland on edge, but talks going fine. You know what he said? Listen to what he said. The man said, based on what you see last year when the president negotiates and something, he's accomplished it. I don't know if he's trying to hint to the Venezuelan situation where he kidnapped the president, but hey, who am I? Yeah, I mean, I not Edomite, so just shit, I'm gonna go to the book of, is it Nahum? Nah, it's not that one. It's not that one. It's a lack here. You know what? Let's go to Joel Tree. Joel Tree and should be 12, 13. Right. Joel 3 and 12, it says, "Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in a sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great." Yeah, because they're lying to the people. You know what I mean? They try to one up the other superpowers, but that will eventually turn out to a war. Things aren't going fine with NATO. NATO turned their back on all you. Right? NATO has turned their backs on you all. You know? Because they see the treachery you'll do and you're not taking noisy with accountability for it. Right? Now, we jump to Mark. Because hey, I wish I said these things would happen. Right? Mark 13 and 31, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not Mark 13. So like, let's bear 1 second. If I can switch it, I'll just switch the words. What I believe I'm supposed to remember it. What do you call it? There is it's in Matthew and I think it's in Luke. I think it's the precept in Luke are talking about 26 and 24. 26. Yeah, it's 24 and verse 6 I was speaking about, but it's also in Luke, I believe. Right? It says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. Right? And that is what they're saying. That's basically what they're saying. They're doing it for the betterment of America. They're trying to save America. Right? That's basically what they're saying. They're trying to save America. But they're deceiving many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Alright? So be not troubled, because all these things must come to pass. This is just another fucking PR stunt, right? Public relation gimmick, trying to quell the nerves of the people, because the people already don't know what's going on. People don't see what they do to Venezuela. Now they're watching what they're about to do to Greenland. And they're not standing for it, more or less. They, you know what I mean? A lot of, there's more kickback now, I should say. That's the word I'm looking for. There's more kickback now. Right? It says, verse 7, For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, and this is the beginning of sorrows, because wars lead to famine, lead to disease, so on and so forth. So if the entire globe, which it is, right now, so if the entire globe is tense, all these superpowers are at a tense position, right, preparing and readying for war, right, all of them, right, what you think happening? What's the economic situation as well? You know, just last night I was watching a video, they're saying gas going up, and we all know what happened, and not just crude oil, sorry, natural gas, so that is the gas in your tank to cook. And when these commodities rise, we know what else raises, right? Every fucking thing. You get me? Everything raises. Because manufacturing pricing raises, and we all know Trinidad do produce shit. Yes, we have factories down here that make like macaroni, whatever, but minor things. But like on a big scale, like let me say America does export XYZ, XYZ. We do export shit. We import most of our things and sell it down here. We are a consumer based economy. Alright? Not a trader per se. Well, we could sell this and that is not that we sell entertainment. Right? Carnival. That we does sell fucking carnival and fucking soca and all this bullshit. That is what we does sell. So the times that coming ahead is only going to grow worse and worse and worse and worse. Alright? Let's see if I get this piece up here. Take Habakkuk 2 and verse 6. It says, you know what, I'll go up to 5. It's a yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home. Who enlargeth his desire sell and is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and he put unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? And that is what he doing, increasing in things that is not his. He going into people's land and fucking taking their resources. How long? How long? Everybody counting down your demise right now, counting down to the hour your demise right now. And to him that leadeth himself with thick clay, and we know that thick clay goes back to death. You know what? Let me go to Google. Let me type in something in Google here, right? Country with the most depth. Should I put per capita? Let's type in and see what it says. Look at that. The United States has the most government debt in absolute dollar terms, exceeding 38. What? It wasn't 33 the last time I checked. What the fuck? Right? 38 trillion dollars. Look at that. The first fucking thing that come up, and them niggas highlighted that shit. The United States, boy. So when we jump back to the thick clay here, we talking about, my brother. And let we all be real. Right? You see that what the lady herself with thick clay. You know, other nations have clay and them we not saying no, but they are the most, they in the most depth. I don't know personally who the fuck they owe, but you know what I mean? And this hence, this is the reason why they're so desperate to what change the dollar into the digital, you know what I mean? CBDC, all these things. Right? This is why they desire so much to go digital. So they could disannul but disannul their debt. Alright? Because we know Esau, oh gosh, come on. Esau does look for all the loopholes. Alright? But pursuant to Job, it says, that's no. I did a video and I used that precept last night. Job 5 and 12. It says he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So yeah, if they think they're going to get away, think again. Think again. Yahweh, Yahushai, hey, that divine intervention is what we hope for. The continuity that we seek is theirs. Not fucking this one. We don't want no part of this shit. Tired, fed up, can't take it, can't make it no more. You know, we just being patient and suffering in we silence and waiting on our Lord. Waiting on our Mashiach. You know? Alright, so yeah, I hope it was edifying. I hope the video sparked food for thought. I'm on the Akim. Till next time, Shalom.